Attention passionate Cleveland, BROWNS. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Cleveland Browns' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Cleveland Browns fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Cleveland, BROWNS. Let's get to the news. All right, Browns fans, you know how unpredictable and dramatic this NFL season has been, especially when it comes to the quarterback position. And right now, there's a lot of buzz surrounding Deshaun Watson, the franchise quarterback who, let's be honest, hasn't had the easiest start since arriving in Cleveland. But the big news is, he's working hard behind the scenes, and the possibilities of his return are starting to shape the narrative for this season. It's a story of patience, resilience, and the relentless pursuit of greatness, and I'm here to give you the full picture. Deshaun Watson's journey back to the field hasn't been straightforward, to say the least. You remember, he first tore his Achilles in October last year, a devastating injury for any quarterback, especially one trying to find his rhythm after coming to Cleveland in that blockbuster trade. But things didn't stop there. Just when everyone thought he'd be back in no time, he suffered a setback in January, which required another surgery. Yeah, you heard that right, another operation. That kind of setback can be crushing, not just physically but mentally as well, for a player who's fighting to get back to his best. And the Browns, knowing the value of their investment, announced that Watson would miss significant time this season. That was a tough pill to swallow for fans and teammates alike, but everyone understood the importance of doing things the right way, especially when it comes to a comeback from such a serious injury. But here's where it gets interesting. Despite all the hurdles, Watson has been relentless. He's been documenting his workout journey on social media, showing us all that he's not giving up, that he's fully committed to returning to the field. His latest post was a real eye-opener, giving fans a glimpse into his progress. In that video, you could see him working out with a level of agility and strength that surprised many. It's not just about the physical rehab, though, it's about the mental game, the patience he's trying to master. And he even played some audio from UFC star Conor McGregor discussing the art of patience in the background. You see, Deshaun's caption was simple but powerful. Working to master patience, time will tell. That phrase speaks volumes about where he's at mentally, understanding that rushing back could jeopardize everything, but also knowing that if he keeps pushing, the results will come. Now, the Browns have been cautious with his recovery, understandably so. Watson opened the season listed as physically unable to perform, which means he's sidelined for at least the first 4 games. That's the NFL's way of protecting players and ensuring they're fully ready before stepping back onto the field. After that initial 4-week period, the team will have a 5-week window in which they can decide whether to designate him for a return to practice. From there, they'll have 21 days to make the call on whether he will be activated to the 53-man roster. So, the clock is ticking, but there's optimism that Watson could be back as early as October or November, depending on how his rehab progresses. That's the big question now, will he be ready to go sooner rather than later? And let's be honest, Browns fans, there's a real sense of anticipation, mixed with cautious optimism. The team is taking no chances, but everyone is eager to see Deshaun back on the field, leading this offense. But the quarterback situation in Cleveland remains a bit of a mystery right now. Joe Flacco has been the starter for the first 3 games, and while he's done his best, the results haven't been exactly inspiring. Flacco, a seasoned veteran, has experience, sure, but his recent performances haven't quite lit up the scoreboard or instilled confidence in the fanbase. Behind him, we have young guns like Dylan Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders, waiting in the wings, eager for a chance to prove themselves. There's a growing push among fans and analysts alike to see these young quarterbacks get some meaningful snaps, especially if the team's results don't turn around soon. That's the exciting part. These young talents are ready, and with Watson's recovery still in progress, the Browns could be forced to give them some opportunities sooner rather than later. Now, let's talk a little about Deshaun Watson's tenure in Cleveland so far. He arrived in 2022, in what was one of the most talked about trades in recent NFL history. The Browns gave up a hefty package of draft picks, hoping that Watson would be the missing piece to bring a Super Bowl to Cleveland. But his time here has been a roller coaster. Over 3 seasons, Watson has gone 9-10 as the starting quarterback, and while he's shown flashes of brilliance, injuries and off-field issues have hampered his ability to establish consistency. His passing stats, 365 yards, 19 touchdowns, and 12 interceptions are decent, but not what many expected from a player of his caliber. The hope is that once he's fully healthy and back in rhythm, he can elevate this offense to new heights. The Browns invested heavily in him, and the organization's patience is starting to wear thin, especially after the comments from owner Jimmy Haslam earlier this summer, who called the trade a big swing and miss. That was a candid moment, and it shows how high expectations were and how much pressure is on Watson to deliver. But Watson didn't shy away from the criticism. Instead, he responded on social media, posting a video where he said, "Everyone is doubting me. Everyone don't believe in me. Everyone don't think I can get back to where I was. But I know, and I believe in the work that I put in, that I believe in myself. I know I'm gonna be way better than before." That's the mindset of a player fueled by adversity, determined to prove doubters wrong. And honestly, you can see it in his actions. He's been around the facility during his recovery, spotted on the sidelines during games, showing support and staying engaged with the team. His teammates and coaches have spoken highly of his attitude and work ethic. Kevin Stefanski, the Browns' head coach, has been very positive about Watson's progress, saying, "DESHAUN's doing awesome, he's doing great, I'm excited for him. I get to watch him work out as well. I get to be in the meeting room with him every single day. So, he's doing great." That kind of leadership and dedication from a player who's been through so much is exactly what the Browns need right now. Mary Kay Cabot from Cleveland. Com reported that Watson went through a workout at the team facility back in August, with key figures like general manager Andrew Berry, Stefanski, and owner Jimmy Haslam watching closely. And from what they saw, it was impressive. She described him as dropping back with agility and ease, launching the ball downfield with good velocity. It was a moment that gave everyone hope. If they didn't know about his injury, they wouldn't have guessed he had undergone surgery in January. That's the kind of progress that could mean a return sooner than expected, and Browns fans are holding their breath, waiting for that moment when Watson finally reclaims his spot as the franchise quarterback. Looking ahead, the Browns face a pivotal challenge in Week 4 with the Detroit Lions. That game could mark the beginning of a new chapter for the season, especially if Watson is cleared to play. The team needs that spark, that leadership, and the confidence that only DESHAUN can bring when fully healthy. But until then, the focus remains on patience and rehab. The organization is taking every step carefully, balancing hope with caution, knowing that rushing Watson back too soon could jeopardize his progress and the team's season. And for Browns fans, this saga isn't just about a comeback story. It's about believing in the resilience of your team, in the talent of your quarterback, and in the hope of a brighter future. The season is still young, and if Watson can make it back on the field, Cleveland's offense could be transformed overnight. Imagine the possibilities: him connecting with the receivers, orchestrating drives, showing the poise and skill that made him a Pro Bowler in the past. The question now is, how soon will that become a reality? Will he be ready by October, or will we have to wait until November to see the real DESHAUN Watson? Whatever the case, Browns fans are united in their hope, standing behind their team, ready for that moment when their quarterback is back and ready to lead Cleveland to victory. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Cleveland Browns news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Cleveland Browns fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on DESHAUN Watson's comeback story? Are you confident he'll be back sooner rather than later? Do you believe he can elevate this team and lead the Browns back to the playoffs and beyond? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Cleveland Browns. Remember, this is a fan community, and your voice is what keeps the passion alive. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates on Watson, the quarterback battle, and everything else happening in Cleveland. So stay tuned, stay excited, and let's keep the faith. The season is still full of surprises, and the Browns are just getting started. Thanks for watching, and as always, go Browns.